are going to get a great message today because this is life. This happens on a daily basis. Like things we set out and think our day is supposed to play out one way, but then due to a series of events, we are divinely guided to the people that we're supposed to talk to, interactions, just all different kind of things. And when it doesn't go the way it plays out in our minds, sometimes we get disappointed.
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Was that a bar? Was that a nugget right there?
That's it.
Message. Message. For all right? Come on. For all our listeners, can you let them know who we have in the studio today? Because we have an amazing Bay Area artist.
We really do. And I know you was getting on me a little bit because I was trying to chat her up a little bit before we
I know you was trying to get all the good information before the show started. I'm like, chill, we about to hit record. Like, just wait a second.
But it's hard because as a woman and an artist,
that's why we got you on this show.
I do like to talk and I also like to listen.
Okay.
And so it was just interesting, kind of reading her bio and reading a little bit about her history. And I just really wanted to just get into it. So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I will start afresh now that Kat has hit record.
Yeah, now we record. Now it's for
now
the
the show is actually on. Okay, so we have Shekinah Keys in the room, and she did point out that is her real name because that is such a cool name. That just sounds
like you just famous already.
That's right. Yes.
Like what kind?
Well, she is.
She's famous
already. She's on the Anything Can Happen show. People, hello. We ain't just peanuts.
Come on. But go ahead.
So anyway, Shekinah Keys. She is a singer and a writer and a recording artist, and she is born in Oakland, but she's raised in where I live, Richmond, California. And she's been recording. You've been singing your whole life?
Yeah.
Singing your whole life, and her whole life has been 5 minutes long because she's 23. She's 23 and she's been singing her whole life, and she has been recording for 7 years. Shekinah, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, I'm going to let her tell you. And also we have one of her songs to play. Is that right? During the musical break?
Oh, yeah. We're going.
So I'm really excited about it.
What we playing today.
She's got a lot of impressive music out. Like I've been as I've been reading like all her songs, and then I got a story from her, and I'm going to share the story. I'm going to have her share the story now, if that's okay with you, Shekinah, because I asked her when I saw that she has a song called Love You Mary. I immediately, because you guys know how wholesome I am, I immediately went to the Virgin Mary, because my mind
said, that's not that song.
My mind is always on the Lord and I'm kidding.
I was about to say that's the same Kenya that turned up in Vegas. Is that who we talking about right now?
First of all, Kat, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Okay. I'm just saying.
And so like just because I share private things with you and Kwezi does not mean y'all need to blast me out on the airwaves. Okay.
I do
have a family, and not everybody needs to know the events of a few weeks ago.
Okay.
But anyway, back to my love of the Virgin Mary. What she was really talking about in the song "Love You, Mary" was what she kind of tell us about it.
Mary Jane.
Okay. Mary Jane.
Come on. So it sounds like you partake in the cannabis world.
I've been off it for like a week, but yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so
you sound like smoking off a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so have you stopped engaging in the Mary, or are you just on a little break?
I'm on a break. Hopefully it turns into me just not a longer break.
So I have this very serious question, because you have a very amazing voice. Do you ever feel like, doing too much of the cannabis can affect your vocal cords at all?
I feel like it would have by now. I've been smoking since I was 13.
Okay. So,
but then also too, would we have any singers out there?
It's one of those things. It's a gift, right? That's your gift from God. You know that, and it's like, to nurture that. You know, I know people that like drink all kinds of teas and do
Heavy on
all
that.
kinds,
So
do kind of.
you can drink tea
therapeutic.
too. The
I'm just
cannabis is medicinal.
It is
It's
medicinal.
Mhm.
I
But
also don't,
go ahead. Well,
I also don't smoke before shows, sessions,
Mhm.
or nothing like that. I drink tea before sessions, shows,
Yeah.
any music video I got to do, any appearance. I drink tea, so it's not
Mhm.
like I just be out here. I
just
don't
going
gotta
in.
smoke to live.
I was
No.
about to say I don't want your voice to get all raspy out there.
Do
and
you
stuff
ever
like
do you eat potato chips? Because that was one of the things I did was eat potato chips.
potato chips?
Yeah, because so first of all, potato chips, regular
now you
Lay's.
gotta have all singers.
Regular
I like
Lay's.
regular Lay's,
Yeah,
but I
nothing
don't eat 'em like
fancy.
that.
Nothing fancy because I got that from me and my friend Holly. Shout out to my girl Holly, who is also like a singing partner of mine. Crystal Gale. So Crystal Gale is, I don't know if you know who that is, but she is vastly before your time. Crystal Gale is a famous singer, and she said one time that was one of her little tricks for having a nice lubricated throat. And she even said it can't be anything fancy, no fancy chips, no ruffles, no. It has to be plain straight Lay's. And sometimes
that sounds like a folk tale to me.
well, you know what? I like a greasy throat, man. And so, like when I sing,
remember this is PG-13 for the viewers.
Oh my God, Kat!
I'm just saying.
I did not even. I was not
I took
even.
it there too. I ain't gonna lie.
Just a mess, and this is why you have so many children. Because your brain is just working overtime.
I'm just good at what I do.
Okay. So, did you hear that, Mrs. Fitness? Okay. All right.
All right.
So, yeah.
So back to your vocals, right? When did you realize that you were a singer? Like, when was that moment? Like, was it like during the holidays or the get-togethers at the house that the family would have you just pop up and you would start singing in front of everybody and you just kind of just took to it, or was it something that like you did at church, or like what was your awakening moment to
church?
Church?
For sure. Well, my mama tell her I was singing before I could talk. I'd be in the back seat humming, singing, doing whatever. My granny would tell you too, but yeah, church for sure. I started off in church. My dad used to be a pastor, so he had a church in Richmond on 2nd McDonald. Yeah, definitely started in church for sure. Yeah. But
that's where the greats started. So you're in good company. That's where all the greats started.
So when was that moment that you started like from singing in church to like going into like the music that you do now? Like, what was that transition? Was it like when you were in middle school, high school?
Actually, in middle school, I tried to start a girl group with like two of my friends, and it didn't work out. I don't think they believed me that I really had to connect to do like we could really make something happen.
Yeah.
But it never worked out. What was the
girl group called?
I don't know. We didn't have a name for it, but we was all finna come up with different names. My name was gonna be unique. Yeah. It wasn't gonna even like be Shekinah at all. It was literally unique.
Was it based on a group that you saw growing up? Like, who inspired you?
Like OMG Girls. Who else? TLC.
Okay, so y'all was gonna be the next TLC.
We was finna be them. We used to like walk around school singing in the hallways, singing in like shut up. Like, so we was finna do it. My dad knew somebody that had a radio station, and he was like, "It's good, like just start a YouTube channel, upload a couple of videos, and get y'all views together, and we're gonna have you come on the show." And they did not. They didn't believe me.
Wow.
They didn't believe I was telling the truth. I'm like, bro, I really know. Like we could do this.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't believe me, but it's all right.
But you know what? The truth is they didn't believe in themselves. That was really what it was about. Because they probably did believe you, and they knew that they just weren't up for that task, most likely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, because here you are, and I'm hoping that they're very successful at whatever it is they ended up doing, but you're here now. Yeah. So what I want to know is, like, when did you decide that you wanted to? Because you said you started singing when you were around 2 years old. When did you decide that you wanted to pursue a career as because you write all your own music, is that right? And so when did you realize that you had that talent as a writer? Because that's a whole different thing. A lot of people can sing but cannot write.
I was doing poetry before I ever recorded a song.
Yeah, okay.
And when I was a junior at El Cerrito, it was this I don't know if it was a girls group or like poetry class or whatever it was, but she used to have us like write. And one time she had turned on some instrumental, whatever, some beat, and she gave us a word, penny, the word penny, like a coin.
Yeah.
And she had us write to it, and just write. That's all she gave us.
Mm-hmm.
So we just had to write off that. I
So
wrote it.
That was the writing prompt.
Yeah, and that was like kind of my first time writing to a beat. Like I was like 16, and I recorded my first song at 16.
What was it called?
Sorry. Yeah, Sorry. I
Mhm.
spelled it SXRRY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have it recorded somewhere?
It's on SoundCloud. Y'all might be able to find it. I don't even use
sweet.
the app no more.
Okay, cool.
It might still be on there.
Sweet. So what did you do like when you like say graduated from grammar school, high school? You had mentioned you went to high school in Pittsburgh. What did you straight go into kind of pursuing music, or have you like been doing some other things as well?
I was into sports heavy actually. I did basketball and I ran
so
track.
you're a hooper.
Yeah, I used to be. Used to be.
And you said you ran track. Which you used to run in track?
The 102.
Ooh, okay.
Fast,
So that's what I was about to say. You had to be
fast.
fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She looks like she'd be fast, doesn't she? She looks like a runner.
My fastest time in the 100 was 11.2.
Oh, okay.
And the 200 was 22.
Good.
Yeah.
So you used to like? Did you grow up like running track in the Bay Area? And stuff
I didn't start running track for real until I got to high school. But basketball was always something my family, all my girl cousins, boy cousins, they all play basketball. Sports is really heavy in my dad's side. My mom played basketball too, but I just no longer wanted to take that route. That wasn't fun no more.
Do you do anything to continue? Because I'm the health component of the show. Do you do anything right now to stay healthy? Whether it's like go on walks, still go hooping, or how do you maintain your health right now in your journey?
I got into yoga a couple months ago.
Yay!
That's something I do.
Music to my ears. I'm a yoga teacher.
And I got a dog, so I'll be going on walks too.
Oh, sweet. What kind of dog?
He's a Chihuahua Terrier.
Okay.
Benji.
Okay. So those little dogs need exercise.
Yeah,
the little dogs. Woo!
He wild.
They're crazy. Yeah.
So we were talking before the show about everything that happened to get you to this moment. Is it cool that we share that with the viewers and everything? Yeah. So we were supposed to interview you last week, right? And then, like I said at the beginning of the show, due to a series of events, like all the hosts had an emergency come up that particular day, and it kind of like threw you for a loop because you thought you was supposed to be in the studio with us, and that wasn't the case. Like, can you tell our viewers like the series of events that happened, and then like the learning lesson that you got from that?
It's good. I took off work to come here, and it was like I was so ready. It was like you had already told me that you would. I think that you weren't going to be there or something.
Yeah.
It was still going to happen, but you just weren't going to be there.
Yeah, Kwesi and Kenya were going to be in the studio.
It went from that to it ain't happened. It's just like we don't have to reschedule. And I was like low key irritated. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even at you. I just was like, that's inconvenient. Like I guess like, I took off work for that, but okay, cool. And I didn't even really want to tell you that for real. I was like, because I don't want to come off like I'm mad, but like I'm a little
we can be irritated because you had your days, but you had your heart set on being in the studio and doing your thing.
And it was like lined up. I had this interview and I had like another one I think 2 days after. So it was just like I was ready for the that weekend to go how I was supposed to go. But you hit me, you came back at me with something I couldn't even. I'm like, we're just gonna give it to God. You hit me like something. I wish I had the message. You said God just worked it out. It worked out. It's doing that because God wanted it. I was like, okay, you right. This ain't even just like it was you talking to me, but I felt like it was a direct message. Like, Shekinah, cool out. Like it's okay, relax. Yeah. Whole time, I ended up losing my job the very day that I was supposed to be here.
What?
Yeah.
That man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But what was the blessing behind that though? You know what I'm saying? Because you was telling me like you wasn't even happy at your job.
I wasn't. No, I really wanted to leave. I had put it in my head the second October hit. I was like, October 31st, I need another job. And if I don't get another job by October 31st, I'm leaving. I just won't have one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But it worked out. Literally, I lost the job that day. And October 31st, I just got another job.
What?
Literally.
It was already lined up.
It was already like God had already like, look,
yeah,
I got you. Just relax.
Wow.
Took me out of a job that I didn't even want to be at no more, and put me in a position to make more money in a position that I would actually like being in, and I get to go back to school.
What?
So that's cool.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay, so school.
Mhm.
What do you want? Where do you want to go? Do you already know where do you want to go? What you want to?
I'll be doing child development. I'll be
Oh.
I have a position to be assistant teacher.
Oh,
So I'll be going to
sweet.
school to be a teacher.
Okay, awesome.
We gotta bring the
Sweet.
singing
Yeah.
program to the school.
No
Well,
problem.
and as a teacher, that's a lot of time to practice like music stuff. You practice on your kids and
Yeah.
make them start singing and do all kinds of stuff. So that sounds so fun.
I did go to college. I went to Laney for cosmetology. Got my
Oh.
certificate.
So before we get too far in the show,
Mhm.
because we always have shots
Mhm.
during the show, right?
Shot.
And everybody be like, y'all be having shots, and be like, yeah, but it's a
Yeah,
different
not the
kind of
kind.
shot. Yeah, not the kind of shot you think it is. Yeah.
I mean,
So-
hopefully one day.
We did one day.
Yeah, we did.
We had they had
We had
mimosas
mimosas.
in the
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
studio.
Mm-hmm.
But
So Richmond.
yeah.
Yep.
So today we have exclusive. So exclusive. Like this is breaking news, y'all. This is okay. So y'all already know that I have the Cat Fitness Rejuvenate CMOS brand, right? We have the Tropical Sunrise, we have the Elderberry Blast, and this is one of our newest flavors called Very Berry, right? So it's not even really on the market. It's like 3 or 4 people have tasted this actual new mixture that we came up with. And you said you've never had CMOS before. For real?
Nope.
But you said your family.
My dad heavy on it, my brother on it. He got my mama on it a little bit.
Yeah.
I ain't never tasted it.
You never tasted it.
Mm-mm.
So can you do our viewers and do a taste test real quick on live air to let them know what you think of
Before the shot?
Huh? No, this
No,
is
this is
the
the
shot.
No, I'm saying, we're not going to take it together?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all taking it together.
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Wait, hold on, because I like what Stunny did on y'all show. Jordan,
Yeah.
he was like, he had this. He was like, I'm not above you, not below you. We are next to each other.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
I'm not above you, not below
Not
you.
below you.
We right next to
Right
each other.
next to
Come
each
on.
other.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I like that.
What you think?
It tastes like chia seeds. Like, it's very grainy. That's
Yeah.
good, though.
That's the CMOS. That's the CMOS that you tasted in there.
That's
Plus,
good.
it got like it's a blend of different berries. So it was blackberries, and you know how it has the seeds and
I
everything.
can taste it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. So you can do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So get the 92 minerals
like
that your
that.
body
Mhm.
your body needs on a daily basis.
I like that.
Elevate your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm heavy on smoothies, so this is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. So
I like
you
that.
heard it here first, y'all. She
The
gives
bomb.
it, she gives it the thumbs up. She
Mm.
approves the very berry flavor. So if y'all interested, make
Delicious.
sure you hit up Cat on IG Cat Fitness 3 out there. So guess what? I want to know, like, do you have a special routine for yourself? Like when you get up during the day, do you like meditate? Do you do any kind of special routine to get your day started? Like to be an artist, I feel like artists usually have certain kind of routines, right? Do you have anything that you apply to yourself to allow you to elevate your consciousness and what you do on a daily basis?
Or to even just ground yourself.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I do. I'm not gonna put it on the front like I do it every day, but I'm getting into the routine of like, not even touching my phone in the morning. I wake up straight into prayer, then we go into the yoga, take my dog on a walk, come back, wash my face. Like the whole time, we're not touching the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting into that, so I ain't gonna put it like I'll be doing this for like months. No, we getting into the routine of just less device action.
Mhm.
I don't want that.
Yeah, yesterday morning, one of my friends posted in her stories something about staying off of your phone or like waking up and not going straight to your device.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because I was on my phone looking at that message on my device when I saw that. And so I typed in, oops, I'm on my device. But I feel like it would be healthier and more peaceful for me because I run my business from my phone, right? And so it does kind of elevate like a little bit of anxiety. It's not a waking up peaceful feeling. It's a waking up work brain, or like, did I miss anything? Or am I supposed to be doing anything? you know, it's not peaceful. And so I'm trying to figure out that balance as well, because I do have anxiety of, I've got the FOMO, you know, I've got the fear of
Like you're gonna
missing
miss out on something.
Yeah, or like
Yeah,
somebody's
it's
trying to
gonna be
reach
there.
me or something like that. And right
Yeah.
now, of course,
Yeah.
I'm in kind of a spastic mode because I do event planning too, and I've got an event that's happening today, and so I've been like on overload. So I think that's such a healthy practice to even be aware of when you're younger, especially too, because if you put those practices, you know, in your life, by the time you're a little bit older, you could have a whole, just a different, better existence by not being glued to your device.
So what have you learned those days that you don't pick up your phone right away? Like, do you feel different throughout the day? Like when you start off like with your prayer and kind of like chill, like does your day play out different versus like going straight to your device and seeing if you missed anything on Instagram or social media?
Yes, because like when I get on my phone just the other day. I like takeoff just passed. All right, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I woke up at 5 a.m. That was the first thing I just opened. I
So
would get on my phone, and
that.
that was the first thing I saw. And I was like, my whole morning was like, I'm like, bro, he died.
Yeah.
Like that's all I could think about.
Yeah.
Versus, I mean, like, you know, I would have seen it eventually, but versus me waking up and, you know, maybe I don't know, drinking some tea or trying to pray again to go back to sleep or whatever, and then maybe I would have seen it later on in the day.
Yeah.
Versus, like that was my whole day.
Yeah.
Was him dying. I couldn't think of nothing else but that.
Yeah. So if you don't have to go into like great detail, but like when you pray, is it any particular things that like you pray for to keep yourself like grounded throughout the day?
Discernment, clarity, peace of mind, for me not to react so, you know, to be my dad used to have this saying, be quick to listen. It's like you know, swift. I think it's swift to hear and not so quick to speak. Like just like not. I don't like to. I usually react off. Like, you know, I usually listen to respond.
Yeah.
And I would rather not. I'd be wanting to, like, you know, I want people to understand me, and I want to understand people.
Yeah.
So I pray for that, really, and just like, you know, not to be so quick to anger as well.
Yeah. Come on. A little peace of mind at the end of the day.
Well, and that as a creative artist, that probably helps to clear space for you in your head and in your, because being an artist, a singer, a writer, that's a whole body system of work at play, you know, and so that probably helps you just clear out your mind so you can create, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What are like, is it a project or anything that you're working on right now?
Yes, I am. Been working on it for a while, but it's gonna come when it comes.
Is it a album or is it a song or
it's an album?
It's an album. Okay. And you don't have timeline for it?
No, I got a name for it though. I know how many songs I want on it, but we don't.
Okay.
It'll come when it.
Good.
Because if it was supposed to come, then it would have been out. Because I've been wanting to put it out. It's not done.
Yeah.
It's not ready.
It's not done.
What are some of the other Bay Area artists out there that you want to work with that you haven't like did any kind of collaborations with yet?
Listen up, people. Listen
Journey
up,
be the
artists.
reason. The Barbie, Stunner Man, Mozzie. He from Sac though, but I mean it's whatever. I feel like we joining, we crossing them lines.
Yeah.
My Cuddy Sue, Southside Sue. He from Richmond. Blasta, I ain't gonna lie. Waymo, they from North. They opposite sides, quote unquote. But I just want to bring Richmond together. I really don't care about where.
How can we do that? You know what I'm saying? Because so many people, you know, you live in a certain part of Richmond. It's like, oh, okay, we don't go to North. We don't go to South. We don't go to Central. Whatever the case may be. Like as an artist, how do you break those barriers to create with each other and build more relationships between the different parts of the city?
I do feel like me as being a female, it's a little easier, and I'm a singer. I don't involve myself in politics. I don't do anything like that. In the topic of my music, like the message I bring, whatever it is you couldn't even come on my track being like aggressive or like being super political. Like that's not, you're not about to come on my song talking about your ops. That's not finna happen. Because how could you? I'm a singer.
Exactly.
What we talking about?
It don't make sense.
No, even like, you know, I did a song with Lil Kayla, and she still came. She was very much herself. It was Lil Kayla on the song, but she came different. I ain't never even heard her make a song like that.
Mm.
She was like she was singing.
Yeah.
And she's a rapper, hardcore rapper. And the way she came in my song, I was like, see, that's it just showed me like, however anybody else is, it's not that you got to conform to what I got going on, but it's like I set the tone.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what it is.
You create a certain energy in the studio.
Right.
Yeah, that's dope.
Well, and it's if you feel like it's your music and you want your music to be represented,
Right.
You know, in the way that you envision it, not in the way that somebody else may come in, unless they're on the same vibe as
you can still be you.
Yes, exactly.
But we just gonna have to stay on topic.
Yeah. Is there anybody else in your family that's a musician, or did this just come out the blue?
My granddaddy, he could sing. My auntie can sing. My uncle on my mama's side, he was an engineer. But as far as like anybody pursuing it, no, that's me.
So I want to ask. First of all, I want to check in with you, Kat. I'm not going too long, am I? Are we doing okay?
We about to take our music break in a minute.
Okay. Well, before we take our music break then, because I really do want to know this. As somebody who has really focused on your dreams, you know, for a long, long time, and you seem very determined and also very confident in what you do, right? What advice would you give other young artists, women in particular, girls in particular? What advice would you give them as far as doing their thing?
See, that's a question that we're gonna have to answer after this music
I think so
break,
because it is multi-layered.
Yeah,
right. And I also have
this one.
I have so many side questions to that question that yes. Okay. So that's what's coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, you're listening to KGPC 96.9 FM Oakland and streaming online at www.kgpc969.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Kenya Asa, Quezzy Dreams, and your man Cat Fitness. Can you tell us a little bit about this song that we're about to play for our viewers out there?
I dropped this on Valentine's Day, but it was very much not a love song. This was very much so I was venting. It's not a heartbreak song, but
so it's about somebody.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Everything that I said in this song is what I would have wanted to say to that person. I just couldn't. So
okay. We're gonna listen to this one. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in a sec.
Oh, awesome. It is good.
I didn't even feel like I purposely didn't finish it so I could do it on the break.
How long is this one? We got 2.5. How you feeling?
Feel good.
Yeah.
She didn't get to ask her question for real. We had changed the subject. But she had asked me, she was like trying to get into the love you married thing. But it's whatever.
Yeah,
she ain't gonna press it.
Yeah.
What happened to us being in love? I was supposed to be enough. You wouldn't say.
I was gonna say, have you tried to reach out to any of them to do collaborations, or how you normally network?
Personally, I thought I didn't want to say this part on air. I don't reach out to nobody for real. Like it happens when it happens. Because truthfully, even the song I have with Lil Kayla, she was supposed to be on it. My cousin Sue was supposed to be on it. He just didn't respond fast enough. And I had a session that night. And I'm like, bro, I need somebody on that song. So I got the DM still. DM'd her. Hey, I got some money for you. I got a track. And I got a session tonight. You down? Let's go. And she was it's a go. So I'm like, it happened. That's how that situation there showed me it happened because it was supposed to happen. So I don't force nothing. Like it's people I want to work with for sure. Like I named literally like probably 10. Like, but I don't.
So when you run into them and then
when it happens,
it's organic.
Like I said, she wasn't even supposed to be on that song.
Yeah.
Not at all. But it worked out.
That's how it normally be.
And that's definitely somebody like, I wanted to work with, I didn't know what we was gonna do. So for that to be the song that we ended up working on, I was like, this is cool. Like I didn't know what me and you was gonna do, what we could do, because like I said, she's really a rapper for real. And the way she talks is like, truthfully, it's like it's raunchy. So like I don't know what we'd be able to do, but she still was herself. She still like talk how she talked, but it was like it fit It just went together.
Yeah.
It just went.
That's dope. It's dope how everything comes together like that.
No, for real.
It's like those moments you can't make the shit up. It just when you meet people like I reached out to Stunner like a year ago to come out on the show.
Really?
Yeah. And a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, and then a whole bunch of different things happened. And then we was at Pittsburgh. We was at the football game. It was
Really?
Mac versus Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And he was up there. And he just hit me up on IG about some CMOS. And then I ran into him and I was like, hey, cuz, what's good? I was like, what's up with the show? He was like, yeah, we could do it. You're listening to KGBC 96.9 FM Oakland and streaming online at www.kgpc96.9.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Kenya Asa, Kwesi Dreams, and your man Cat Fitness. Man, that song, that's the one. How long that song been out?
It's probably been a year now. I dropped it on Valentine's Day. I think that was last year.
Last year you dropped that one?
Actually, I dropped the video on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I don't know when I dropped that song.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
I think August 21st.
Oh, okay.
August 21st?
Yeah, the year. Yeah, August, and then I dropped the video in February.
And
Okay.
did we already say where people can find all of your
No.
music? Okay, where can they?
I'm on all platforms with it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Alexa
okay.
to play me.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
she gonna say my name right.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, all right.
So let's get back to that question that you was asking Miss Kenya, because that was like you said, that had multiple layers. We couldn't we can't shortchange that one.
Yeah, because it's important, and one of the things we love about the guests that we bring onto the show is that they have something to offer, and then like you are a strong woman, a role model, somebody that's really pursuing their dreams and creative, And so what I really am curious about is if you have some words of wisdom to give other young women who might be coming up or even thinking or fantasizing about writing music and kind of expressing themselves in that way and putting themselves out there, like what you would say to them if you have any advice for them.
I got a couple things. I mean, be true to yourself. Authenticity is key. And when I say that, I mean, you don't have to, the sex appeal or like whatever, you don't have to show a whole bunch of skin.
That's what I was gonna say. How do you feel about that? Like how they sexualize women to get ahead in the industry? Like,
You mean America?
I mean,
Women
America,
do it to themselves,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Like it feel like it's something that's imposed and enforced, but I know a lot of women that just that's just what they do, and it works for them. I don't have no problem with it. I don't even feel comfortable saying certain stuff so bluntly. Like I'm poetic. Everything I say, like you have to listen to know, like, oh, that's what she mean by that. Like, that was kind of, hold on, what she just said? That was a little freaky, but like you wouldn't know that because I don't just say it. So I like that works for people. I don't even feel comfortable.
It's like the old school,
it.
grown and sexy,
Yeah,
kind of
like, I
like implying.
I don't even like saying it for real, like or even dressing a certain type of way. Like I'm fully clothed, and like you can't see not one piece of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool and I'm comfortable like that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's because that's me. And as many times as I've gotten like, oh, you don't have enough sex appeal, or like it was one of my songs. It was like, well, you should have dressed a little. Like, that works for me,
Right.
and I stay true to me.
Right.
And like I say, like authenticity is key.
Yeah.
When I say that, like you just be you. You don't have to be nobody else. People are gonna respect you even more for being you versus me looking at you and you sound like this person.
Right.
I'm looking at you, but I see this person. Like I can't even focus on what you got going on for real because you sound like everybody else.
Well, there is a lot of that in the business right now, because even sometimes, because a lot of these younger folk, I don't even know who they are, but I'll be on social media or on Instagram, and some artist will come up and get out of a car or something like that, and like you literally can see everything. Now, I agree with you. Whatever works for you.
Yeah,
do your thing. I have nothing wrong with anybody expressing themselves the way they want to. My issue is a lot of times I don't know one from the other. because they all have the same wig.
It's the same blueprint.
They all have the same outfit.
Same wig.
All the same. It is the same wig. You know what? I think that there is
you're a makeup
like,
artist, so you would recognize something like that, huh?
well, you don't even have to be a makeup artist to tell. I mean, first of all, there's no shame in their game. They don't care that, like, there's nothing wrong with wigs. Black women have been doing all kinds of stuff to their hair forever, and we're gonna keep on doing whatever we want to do. What I'm saying is that there is a,
it's like a blueprint.
it's
like
this is homogeneous look. Nobody looks any different. Everybody's wearing a gold onesie, a long straight hay colored wig, or whatever. And so again, that's why there are certain artists that have stood the test of time, I think, that stand out, like a Mary J. Blige, or some people who that they're bringing the realness, and they're not trying, and they're not trying to be exactly like everybody else and sound just like everybody else or whatever. So, and again, I respect your hustle. I respect your talent, no matter if they're out there making their money and I'm sitting up here watching them, so obviously they're doing something right. But absolutely. For me. Yeah. And so if I'm hearing you correctly, you would tell the up and comers to just be authentic and not feel like they have to fit into a box because that's the expectation.
That, and also, like, when you have a dream, only you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody else is gonna see your dream.
Right.
And no one is obligated to support you or even listen. Like, if you just doing it to get feedback, then you're not gonna last. If you don't have a passion for this, don't do it. Because it takes a lot.
So true.
It do.
Yeah.
Because there's been plenty of times I didn't want to quit. I stopped doing music for like almost 2 years for it. Y'all, like,
how did you get back into it? Like, how did that passion come back to you? Because we go through those stints of life where we have to learn something about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it sounds like to me, that 2 years you had to look at yourself and be like, no, this is who I am. What was that moment that you were like, nah, I got to get back in the studio?
I love saying this story because it has to involve somebody who is real dear to my heart. The 2 years, though, I couldn't stop writing. It was like I was writing songs and couldn't finish them. I didn't step in no studio, though. But it was just like I couldn't get away from it. It was like, I'm like, bruh, this is something you just got to do. So I was looking around. I'm asking around who knows a studio that I can go to. Maybe I'll go back to Richmond. I'll go back home, like, you feel me, where I'm familiar. Tapped in Real Legacy Studios in Richmond. Lou, I love that man to death. That is, like, as far as music, that's my musical father. Like, for real, he got me. God led me to him. God blessed me to have him in my life and me in his. But
can you share a little bit about that? Because sometimes, like, we have those moments where we're getting led somewhere in life, and sometimes we don't listen to that.
Oh, yes.
Like, how did that transpire? How did you get led to that studio to create that magic?
I tapped in with my friend at the time, I guess somebody I knew, mutual friend, and he led me to him. So I went. I was nervous. Like I said, like in my last interview here, I was nervous for it. I didn't even really want to, like, I was trying to speed through the recording process. So I'm like, I wanted to be there, but I just didn't, like, I don't know. I just was nervous to even be back in the studio after almost 2 years for real.
Yeah.
So he just, like, he had used one of my lyrics to, like, calm me down. Basically, like, it's okay. We don't have to rush. Like, I was like, it was along the lines of literally my lyrics, and he used my lyrics to chill me out. So I was like, you're
That's
listening.
A nice trick.
Yeah,
That's
like, I know you're listening.
Yes.
You're not just trying to get some money. You're not just trying to push record. You actually care.
Yeah.
So, and that wasn't something I was used to.
He saw something in you.
Yeah.
That's
my
dope.
dog, though, Lou.
Go ahead, Lou.
Shout out Lou out in the rig.
Shout out Lou.
So, like, to piggyback off of what Kenya was saying, like that young artist that's on Instagram and looking what's like getting the most likes and the most follows, like, how do you not fall into that trap of saying, like, okay, well, this is what's working, so I should do this?
Because of what I've done has worked so far. Like, me not conforming to what's expected has worked. Yeah. So I just continue to just do my thing. Like, I take suggestions here and here, but I gotta
You got to do you.
I answer to a higher power.
Yeah.
I don't answer to nobody else.
Who are some people that like when they do give you that suggestions? Because suggestions come in from everywhere. Like people are always looking from the outside in, always want to criticize what the artist or that person that's building something. Oh, you should do it like this, or you should add this. It's like, when do you say nah? Like, and when do you say like, oh, okay, I'm going to take that. That sounds like a jewel. Like, like who are the people in your circle?
Some criticism is constructive,
right? And I take that.
Right, exactly. And some is just kind of like somebody else's opinion.
Yeah, but it's certain people, like, say for instance, like building my brand in my business, right? I love my mom, but I'm not going to take any kind of business advice. And it's, you know, in that sense, I'll listen to her, I'll hear her out, but it's like, mom, I got this. But somebody that I respect that's building their business and their brand, I'll be like, oh, that's a jewel.
I like to listen to other entrepreneurs.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
My mama is not one and does not. She has said a million times, your mother is probably similar. The word entrepreneurship is completely outside of her wheelhouse. My mother was raised to go get a government job and stay there until retirement age and then go off into the sunset. That was the time period. Absolutely. And so when I started talking about being an entrepreneur, she's like, what? You know, like that was not.
It's a risk.
And it's still, and it's been 5 years and she still is befuddled and baffled by what I do.
So who are some of the people that you're willing to sit down and when they give you that constructive criticism, you like, oh, okay, I can take that. I know that's coming from a place that's going to help me build.
I'm blessed to have friends that do what I do. So it's like, besides the ones that don't, like I have a few that do. So my friend Tessa, she from Richmond, Tessa original. We have conversations where like it's not even so much criticism. We just like we agree because we both artists. We both from the same place, like and we both female singers. So it's like that piece. It'd be more conversations like to keep us going. Or like we can agree on what we going through in life, and we both like be coming at each other like, but you know we got to keep going this, we got to keep doing this. Her, my other friend Asante, MLB Ace, he from the city. He a rapper singer. He didn't got on my line a couple of times like you cannot quit. Yeah. What you mean? Like you can't stop this. You got so many years in it. Yeah, you like what you mean? You gonna stop? My other friend Chris, he be on my line. Like he's very encouraging. Who else off the top of my head? Journey, like I mentioned her before. She be letting me know what's up. She from Oakland. Like we can come to agree. It's not so much criticism. It's just like when I feel like I don't want to do it no more. I know who I can hit up. Right. That really like Sunnyman too. Like and me and him, like you know. It's not too much where I can like, you know, I don't call him as much, but he's always on Instagram praying, always on Instagram doing some type of motivational. And so I'm blessed to have people around me that I can feed off like that. Yeah. That keep me motivated. And like my friend Tessa, she's done things that I haven't done yet. Yeah. So is he like, of course I'm gonna listen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to you. Yeah. You doing something right? Like, you know, so.
And I find that that's dope because I think we all need that. Whatever we're doing in life, whatever we're looking to achieve, having that circle of influence that's keeping us, like, I put it to you like this, like, if I'm losing weight, right, I can't kick it with like 4 other people that are overweight trying to lose weight in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Because when I talk to them, they be like, man, let's go eat or let's go do this. Everything, like everything that's not going to help me get to my goal of losing weight, right? And now if I'm looking to lose weight or whatever I'm looking to do, it's like, okay, surround yourself, put yourself in that circle of influence because those people are going to constantly push you in a way that no other people can because it's like-minded. You know what I'm saying?
Well, birds of a feather.
Yeah, birds of a feather.
Yes. Old adage, it definitely holds true.
I'm also a heavy believer in elevation requires separation. So, and I've been like, if I had a chapter, if my life was a book, that's the name of my chapter right now. I've realized like I can't bring everybody with me.
And you're not supposed to.
People have a season with you. Everything it's in the Bible. I wish I knew the scripture off the top of my head, but I don't. Everything has a season. People serve like you know you just come to an end.
That's right.
You no longer serve me. I no longer serve you.
Yeah.
Like
I used to not feel that way. I used to feel like, you know, if you're a friend, you're like really tight ride or die vote. That's 100%. I learned that just a couple of years ago, where I realized, oh, there's somebody that's been in kind of my inner circle for a while that is not healthy. And not absolutely.
We don't even agree on the same things.
No, yeah. And
because I'm trying to get up here, and you're still. Yeah. It's been a year and a half, and you're still here. And I'm like, it's not that we above, like I said, not above you.
That's right. I was about to say, it's okay for people everybody to be who they are. I've been wherever I've been many times in life. By this age, I've been in many different places, spaces, and scenarios, and so we all have things that we need to move through. And if we choose not to move through those things, it's free country. Freedom of choice.
Like, literally, you ain't got to be around me.
No.
Like, hey, look, if I'm not helping you no more,
Right. Well, that's a lot of wisdom. It really, really is. What was the thing that you just said? Elevation requires separation. Where did you get that from? That's really cool. I never heard that before.
I want to say my dad. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Has some gems.
Okay, pastor. So you definitely like divinely guided.
Yeah. Cool. I love it.
So with the music and everything that you make, do your parents like still support you being in the church and everything, and the music might not always be aligned with that?
My mom, actually, she just surprised me. This song I just dropped on the 17th, Real Richmond, she listened to it, and I didn't even want to show her. Yeah. She was like, let me hear. I was like, mm-mm. I'm cussing. Like, I don't want you to, like it's not like every word, but it's more than when I usually do. Yeah. Like, you really want to, all right. I literally had the phone like this, turned away from her, like, I don't even want to look at you. And the first thing she said, she's like, I like your flow. Like, she like completely dismissed what I like, like it was choice words she didn't care for. Right. But she was like, I like your delivery. Mm-hmm. I like what you even had, like it was a bar. It was one of the things I said. I was like, pass me the bag, guarantee I bring it home. I'm really swimming in it. Y'all just playing on y'all phones. Ooh. Like, she loved that. Yeah. And it was like even a bar that it stuck with me. So for her to acknowledge that same thing was just confirmation. Like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. If you rock with, I don't care who likes it. Like, who that? You feel me? Because my mom was like, my dad, he don't really. He's not no longer a pastor. So like that standard, I guess, is no longer there for real. Mm-hmm. But he's been rocking with my music. I really have my mom rock with it. That's what really mattered. Mm-hmm. My dad kind of like But my mom, like, she rock with it. No matter what I'm talking about, she like it. And she's actually witnessed. I shot a video in our house. Mm. So for her to see, like, what I really do. Wow. What it takes to do this. Wow. I don't play this ain't no game.
Right.
I don't be leaving the house lying to you going to the studio. No, I'm really there and I'm really working.
And I think sometimes it takes our parents to actually see us in action, mm-hmm. see how passionate we are about what we're doing. And it kind of clicks to them like, oh, okay, this is something real. Like, because a lot of times I tell my mom, like, the things that I'm doing, with the multiple businesses that I'm running and the brands and the whole nine. And it's not the 9-to-5 job. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, right. But when she sees me in action doing it, she's like, oh, okay, I see. I see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And I think that helps reprogram certain people, like things that we were taught in the past and the way we were programmed to think and do things is no longer the narrative moving forward, because now that shows my kids how to move in a certain kind of way as well. You know what I'm saying? And having that support, like my oldest son has a clothing brand and everything like that. And I feel like that's built off of seeing his dad being an entrepreneur and mm-hmm. doing all the things that I do. Like, he feels empowered to be like, yeah, I could make it on my own.
Yeah, if my dad doing it, why can't I?
Exactly.
Right. Literally. Exactly. And it's, when they see it on a day-to-day basis, they see what you do. They see what your passions are all about and where you came from as far as your fitness journey, and then, you're working with the kittens and whatnot, and helping the kittens get slim.
And even in my show, she be front row, knowing the words and all. So it's like having that support from her for real. She like Say Less is her favorite song.
Oh my god,
that's crazy. Every time they come on, she like, I catch her around the house singing it on her own.
Oh my god,
like, oh my god, like,
that's hilarious. I love
that. That was like the perfect transition, because we get into that part of the show where when is your next show? Like we want our viewers to know like where they can find you, when's your next show, what's your next album, all the information that you want to put out there for them.
Yeah.
My bad. My mom just texted me. It's 111. Me and her be on the
So,
Is,
my
is the
bad.
angel number?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got a show tomorrow, actually. In Alameda, I'll be at Wine and Waffles at 6.
Now, do we got to get tickets beforehand? How do we get tickets? Or
I think it's at the door.
It's at the door. Okay.
Yeah, she ain't give me no link to purchase.
Okay, no event
Wine,
site or anything
wine
like that.
and waffles.
Wine and Waffles.
Is that a restaurant?
I
never heard
here.
of it. That
I
sounds.
don't know.
I mean, I love wine and waffles. So
I'm like,
okay.
hopefully they ain't all in service at 6 o'clock at night. We ain't got to eat.
Right.
You know?
It's like it's a Waffle House.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so we got that. I'll be shooting the video of the Real Richmond, November 12th. Shout out my Cuddy Dub. He'll be shooting it for me. What else? Another interview tomorrow, actually. But as far as music dropping, yeah, that's it right now. We pushing this Real Richmond right now.
Nice.
That's where I'm from. I love my city. I love the people in it, and I take pride in what I do because I know my purpose. No pun intended.
Where can they find you on your socials?
I'm only on Instagram and Twitter. Anything else is fake. Shekinah Keys, SHEKINAH Keys. That's my real last name too.
I'm telling you, when like you got that million follower and all that kind of stuff, don't forget about like the Anything Can Happen show. We want to still get you in the studio and stuff like that.
I appreciate every little moment that I get, every interview. I've done things that 6-year-old me, I thought about it but didn't know it was really gonna happen. So I appreciate every little moment I get in this. I've done way more than I thought I would.
Well, and that's because you've stayed true to yourself. And that's what we know just from interviewing you and just meeting you today is that I really love what you're doing. And I love the fact that you are true to yourself and you are not allowing anybody or anything knock you off your path. And that's a beautiful thing. That's amazing. So good for you.
Do you got any last wise words for our viewers before we let you go today?
I do want to shout out my promotion page for up and coming artists just like me. Me and my brother, we run it. It's called Rap House Media. 2 P's on a rap. What else? Keep shining. That's my slogan. It's like how Nike got just do it. I got keep shining. Like you just
you gonna put that on a t-shirt?
Oh well, clothing line coming soon. We ain't gonna talk too much about it. Okay, but it's coming for sure. But yeah, and then like what that only means is just just be true to yourself. Literally.
Come on.
Do what you do.
Hey,
do the best of what you can do.
Y'all heard it here today. Keep shining, y'all. This is the Anything Can Happen show at KGBC 96.9 FM Oakland, streaming online at www.kgbc96.9.org. Make sure you tune in every Thursday for our live show. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, man. All we doing is uplifting the vibrations of our community, highlighting all these beautiful people that we have in the Bay Area and throughout the country, making sure that we educate, motivate, and inspire you each and every week, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Cool. That was cool.
That was
like
so
that.
cool. Thank you. That was really awesome.
All right, we're gonna have you do a drop for the show. You've done a drop before?
I feel like I have.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know all the terminologies.
A drop is like, hey, just saying your name. Hey, say your name. You're tuned into the Anything Can Happen show, and today we're talking about universal alignment. If that's what you want to say, that's what
One more time for me.
So your name, you're tuned into.
Actually, well, I ain't gonna make it write it out. I'm just a visual person.
I was gonna say, just saying your name. Hey, this is
Shekinah. We on the Anything Can Happen show, and
today we're talking about
universal alignment.
Oh.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
You gonna record it like on the video?
Yeah, we're gonna record it on the video, and we're gonna record it so she could add it to.
On here. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like a. Got you.
It's a visual and it's a.
Can you
thing.
share that for the 1,000th time? Your videos?
Uh-huh.
No, you say yeah, but you don't.
What?
No.
The videos.
Oh, the drop?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah. And I never did them.
And today we're talking about universal alignment?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Nigga, I'm trying to say it right.
Last week I showed you, Felicia. I think we gotta work on our memory. I
Oh,
said,
that is
"Is this
cute.
the KGBC page that I'm tagging right now?" And I tagged you.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta work
It's
on
a
my
fan.
memory.
Oh, there's a fan.
I literally-
I need to eat more
I'm in the
sea
church.
Okay. You ready, dear?
Yeah. I'm just
I'm gonna count you down.